In one meeting, 5 people use the word agent and mean 5 different things. The argument sounds technical, but the real problem is language. Autonomy, tools, evals, governance, and risk are being mixed together. This is lesson 35 in Claude Code Production AI Agents. We are closing the series with the shared glossary teams need before they can govern production agents together. Lesson 34, Audited MCP Servers. Now we finish with the words that let engineering, security, compliance, and product teams make the same decision instead of talking past each other. A glossary sounds simple, but in production, it prevents false agreement, missed risk, weak onboarding, and scope creep disguised as terminology. The core idea is this: a shared glossary prevents teams from arguing past each other when they discuss autonomy, tools, evals, governance, and risk. The answer is only one part of the system. The path, controls, ownership, and recovery plan matter too. The visible artifact is the production agent glossary board. It has 5 parts: term, meaning, example, risk, owner. Those parts turn an abstract concern into a concrete review conversation. This part of the visual map matters because it shows the actual moving pieces: agent term, autonomy level, tool boundary, eval meaning, governance term. If one of those pieces is invisible, the team will struggle to operate the workflow under pressure. Use this checklist before treating the workflow as ready: term, meaning, example, risk, owner. These are not decorative boxes. They are the operating questions that decide whether the agent can be trusted outside a demo. In practice, this example has 4 parts: semantic drift, false agreement, unclear scope, missed risk, weak onboarding. The point is to make the agent's work inspectable rather than asking everyone to trust a polished final answer. Score the design against this rubric: term, meaning, example, risk, owner. A weak score does not mean the idea is useless. It means the workflow needs stronger boundaries before it becomes production work. Day 2 is the real test for glossary, the language of production agents. A model version, tool version, policy update, or team workflow change enters the system. The team should be able to compare the new run with the previous run, inspect the evidence, and decide whether the difference is improvement, regression, or noise. Without that comparison path, the agent may change faster than the organization can understand. Use this implementation checklist before expanding scope: agent term, autonomy level, tool boundary, eval meaning, governance term. Each item should produce a concrete artifact, not only a meeting note. If the artifact cannot be inspected later, it will not help during review, audit, or incident response. Block release when these risks appear: semantic drift, false agreement, unclear scope, missed risk, weak onboarding. A blocked release is useful information. It tells the team where the system needs stronger evidence, better calibration, narrower scope, or clearer ownership before it reaches production users. Before a leader approves wider rollout, answer 3 questions in plain language. What decision will this evidence support? Who owns the signal when it disagrees with human judgment? What happens if the signal is wrong during a real incident? These questions connect glossary, the language of production agents, to accountability, instead of turning it into another dashboard or checklist that nobody trusts when pressure rises. A useful mental model is shared cockpit language during a difficult landing. Production work is not about trusting a perfect machine. It is about designing a system that can be inspected, corrected, and improved under pressure. Our worked example is a team onboarding glossary for engineers, security, compliance, and product leaders adopting Claude Code. The important pieces are agent term, autonomy level, tool boundary, eval meaning. The agent can accelerate work, but the operating model must make behavior visible. The build sequence is simple: define what can go wrong, define the signal, decide the release gate, assign ownership, store the evidence, review failures, improve the workflow, repeat, use the readiness rubric, term, meaning, example, risk, owner. If a team cannot point to each part, the release is relying on hope. Hope is not an operating model. The common mistake is using the word agent to mean five different things in the same meeting. It feels efficient because it avoids design, then becomes expensive when the agent drifts, fails, or creates a decision nobody can explain. Let us recap Lesson 35. For glossary, the language of production agents: define the risk, capture evidence, connect the result to a release decision, and keep ownership clear. The lesson learned is this: a shared glossary prevents teams from arguing past each other when they discuss autonomy, tools, evals, governance, and risk. A production agent earns trust when quality, risk, and history are visible. Subscribe for Claude Code Production AI Agents. The companion book is linked in the description. Use the glossary to align your team, then return to the checklist and pick the first production control to improve.